Hey guys, thanks for coming to my video. Just want to let you know a little bit about my channel. I'm really trying to build a place for us to have fun and have a little humor, learn things, share experience, build a community uh, uh, between us, and learn together. So if that's something you're interested in, please subscribe. It would mean a lot. Hey guys, today we're going to learn the most important skill that pretty much everybody has seemed to have forgotten, at least people who are in that younger generation, millennials and under. That is how to talk to strangers. I'm sure I can learn something from this video, so let's do that together. Okay. I'm being a weirdo, sorry.
Hey, how's it going? Where are you going? Learning how to talk to strangers is one of the most fundamentally important skills that you can learn in your lifetime, no matter how old or young you are. Here's the problem though. Talking to strangers fundamentally is a very difficult thing to do because it requires you to put your ego in your pocket and allow yourself to potentially get rejected.
Difficult thing to do? I don't find it difficult. You just start with something simple. Maybe I'm weird. Okay, maybe it's difficult for some people. For me, it's just start with something simple. Just be like, hey, how are you doing? You got nice boots. It's like just simple.
Social anxiety has prevented me from asking out a lot of girls that I thought were cute, walking up to people who seemed interesting, and honestly putting myself out there more. It even took me a long time to start my YouTube channel because I was afraid to put my face onto this camera and potentially find out what my friends really thought of me. Now, I know that a lot of us have that same problem. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to talk to strangers, how to move past that fear of rejection, and learn how to put yourself out there and open up every single door.
Sorry, that's interesting. He said that he was scared to start his YouTube channel because he was worried what his friends would say about him. Maybe am I weird? Because I just don't feel that way. I kind of feel like I'm okay if they want to see it, and if they think I'm totally shit. Like some of my friends have watched my videos, and one friend in particular is like, "Man, I would not watch your videos. They suck ass. It's like I don't care about most of the things that you say." And I was like, wow, that's really kind of shitty for him to say that. But then I was also like, okay, whatever. I fully understand that not everybody is going to like what I do and what I say, what my personality is, or whatever. So I'm just like, all right, it's out of the way. Cool. It stung just when he said it initially, and then I was like, all right, whatever. And then I just kind of brushed it off. I don't know. But I can see some people who have like anxiety and stuff and like really concerned having that thought. So yeah. Okay, maybe I'm just sort of an anomaly that way.
I teach you how to talk to strangers, I think it's best I show you how not to talk to strangers.
Can I ask you a quick question? Can I continue the conversation for you with your friend? Just take over the phone?
Get out of here.
Yeah? Yeah? Don't say who it is though. Sorry. I got a quick question. What are you listening to?
Podcast.
Oh, cool. Can I listen? Cool.
I totally did that on a plane. There was a lady sitting next to me on a plane, and the entertainment system was out. This was like 10 something years ago, where they had like it wasn't in your individual seat, but they had like a big screen in the middle aisle, whatever. And we were on like a flight to Japan, so it was like I can't remember, like 10 or 12 hours, something ridiculous. And this girl next to me had her laptop, and she was watching like Dexter season 4 or something, and I was just like, "Do you mind if I watch with you?" And she gave me an earbud, and we literally watched the whole season of Dexter, or most of the season of Dexter together. I even dozed off partway through, and I wake up and just keep watching this Dexter with her. I don't know if I generally don't have an issue talking to somebody. I mean, the only time would be if it's like a super beautiful woman and somehow I've hyped her up like that she's just like this amazing goddess or something. I'd be a little nervous. But even then, I'd probably still approach her, but I might not be very smooth. Like I remember this one time I was in a bar and I approached this girl who I really liked. And I meant to say something like, "Hey, can I get you a drink?" or like, "How are you?" or whatever, but I said, "Can I get you anything?" And then her and her friends like all looked at me weird, and then she's like, "What, do you have ice cream in your pocket?" And I was just like confused. And I just like looked down and I was like, "No." And I walked away. I, it was so bad. It was so bad. Hey, we all have those stories though.
Hi, I'm just a random stranger, but I wanted to say hi.
Doesn't speak English.
Oh, what language? Spanish?
Spanish.
No hablas español, pero te amo.
Is your name John, by chance?
Oh shit, I thought I recognized you from CJ.
No? Oh, sorry. Can I get a hug? Can I have a hug? A hug? Yeah, why not? Nice to meet you.
That's how not to ask, but now let's get into how.
You say that's not how not to ask, because yeah, it is kind of like imposing and stuff, but you actually did make an interesting interaction and you were different, and so and people did things and they, for you or with you, so they thought you were interesting. So probably not the best way to ask, but also different and interesting. So, people, some people might respond to that. But yeah, probably better not to do it.
How to talk to strangers. So this is a video that I've been wanting to make for a long time because it's a problem that has been impacting me since high school. I used to be an extremely introverted person. So much so that in my final year of high school, I won an award, and anytime that you win an award, you get a trophy, but you also get a book. And the book was picked by my English teacher who saw that I was struggling and having a really hard time. And the book was called Quiet by Susan Cain. It's a book entirely devoted to how introverts can still use their powers to make real life long-lasting change in the world. What's funny is I had never considered myself an introvert or an extrovert. I didn't even understand both of those concepts until she gave me that book. And I couldn't believe that that was the book that she gave me, because I thought introverts are never gonna make big changes in the world because they're too afraid to talk to people. So I took her giving me that book as a shot, or as a challenge, let's say, to become more of an extroverted human being. And at that exact point, I flipped the switch, started trying to talk to more people, get out of my comfort zone more, and become more of an extroverted human being. Most of us know that a fundamental part of human life is our social connections. As much as you might not want to think so, or you might be willing to just sit on Instagram and scroll through social media for the rest of your life, talking to people is a very important part of life. And we all forget to do it or choose not to do it because it's scary, because we don't want to get rejected and we don't want to get our egos bruised. In a very short amount of time, we have stopped going up to each other on the streets and instead just resorted to staring at our phones. And I find that we've lost.
It's so true. It's so true. It's like people don't even want you to call them anymore. They're like, "Oh, just text me. Just text." It's like, ah. So like when I go and hang out with my friends, I always make sure as much as possible to just like leave my phone in my pocket. And if I'm gonna check it, it's like a kind of like a quick thing, or it's like, hey, we want to Google something to find out some fact. But I just try to avoid it so much because it's, God, I like the phones, but also I kind of don't like it. You know what was weird? I was watching Napoleon Dynamite with my friends. So we downloaded, we watched it, and they had only the corded phones, right? Like, I guess it was supposed to be like in the 90s or something. So they had these corded phones, and the guy was on the internet on the computer, like, so we had to sit down at the computer and dial up internet. And I was just like, God, in a way, I miss those years. Like, you had the internet, so you could still do certain things. You could still go to Alta Vista, or you go to Yahoo and search for whatever. But you also didn't have like this incessant thing with the phone and just everyone's craning their neck, looking down and not interconnecting. You didn't know what everybody was doing at every point of their day. It's like he literally calls one of his friends, he calls Paige, just different time. I kind of miss it.
Lost this certain connection where it looks like we're more connected online, but at the same time, we're becoming increasingly disconnected in reality. Now, to help me film this portion of the video where we're gonna go talk to strangers, This is Joe.
What's up?
I made an Instagram story asking someone if they wanted to help me film. He answered like literally 60 seconds later.
Directly, I saw it. At that moment, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not training. Gotta come help him out. Wanted to do it for a while, so perfect timing. I knew William from hockey. He was kind of an asshole in hockey. Like, he wasn't that inspirational guy. So the idea I had of William was like, an asshole. I don't know, one day my friend showed me, he's like, oh, look at this guy. Like, I'm like, oh fuck, I know him. He's an asshole. He's like, no, look at this.
Oh, this guy's Canadian. I see Canada Post truck, and he's talking about hockey. It's Canada Post truck. That's the red symbol in the background there with the.
Bro, then I started listening to his content, like, huh, interesting, okay, whatever. I'll give him a follow, and it's actually pretty great content, and he's a nice guy, I think so.
We'll find out. We'll find out after today.
Find it out.
So when it
Probably
comes to
in
actually
Toronto.
developing the confidence to go and approach a stranger, you really just have to remember the fundamental lesson, which is that a stranger is just a friend that you haven't yet met. Now, in my experience of talking to a lot of people and going up to them on the street and getting over my own version of social anxiety, the best way to talk to a stranger is to have a goal in mind before you enter the conversation. Once you've gotten that, it's really important to just be friendly when you enter the conversation. So one way that I really like to use, which honestly works all the time, is you just say, excuse me, sorry to bother you, do you mind if I ask you a quick question? Very Canadian, it's very friendly, it's very polite, but it really works. Once you're in the conversation, you're in. Like, the hardest part is actually just getting the conversation started, and once you know that the person is interested in you and has given you the time to speak, then you just gotta do your thing. Be very complimentary to people, be very nice, and people will be nice in return.
So be a Canadian, and you'll be good, guys. It's true in general. Canadians are generally pretty nice. Yeah, in general. We also leave our doors unlocked. Okay, don't come here and steal our shit, though. I don't know what it is, but so many people leave their doors unlocked. It's weird. It is so weird. You just come over, just open the door, walk in. Well, it's fine.
So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna show you a few different ways that you can actually walk up to strangers and talk to them. I'm just gonna give you the entire rundown from not speaking to them to getting into a full-blown conversation. So we're just gonna start off with an ask and not a request. This is a really easy way to ease yourself into a conversation and just get the adrenaline pumping. After maybe 2 or 3 conversations with a stranger, you'll see when you try it, things get a lot easier.
Hi, how are you? How's it going? Good, good. Okay, all right. I wasn't part of it, but... Excuse me, guys. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? Okay, we're filming a video. We're from out of town, but we want to know what is one thing that we could do in Montreal that's really fun that you recommend.
Ah, he's in Montreal. Okay.
Go for a good poutine? Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Excuse me, sir. How's it going? Can I ask you a quick question? We're not from Montreal, but we're trying to figure out cool things to do. So we're asking strangers if they can recommend anything.
In the Rue Restaurant, there's a good nightlife.
Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil, nice. Excuse me? Sorry? What are you listening to?
Drill.
Drill?
Yeah.
By who? What's up, dude? How are you? Good. I'm filming a video. We're talking to strangers. Just learning how to talk to strangers. Not a stranger, though.
How's it going, man? It's been a while. I feel like I know everyone who's walking on the street. Every time I see someone in the distance, I'm like, I think I know you.
Can I ask you guys
What, is he that famous of a YouTuber now that it's just like he knows everybody? Or maybe he's from Montreal. I don't know.
a quick question? You mind if I ask you guys a quick question? Parlez pas anglais? No one speaks any language?
Okay, I take it back. Canadians, not all of us are friendly. There's a good population of people who are just like, do not want to be bothered.
Excuse me, guys. Can I ask you a quick question? Can I ask you a quick question? No? Alright. Excuse me. Do you mind if I ask you guys a quick question? Parle pas anglais? Okay, en français?
First rejection.
Yeah, first rejection. See, what's the worst case that happens? Like, my feet are still moving, their feet are still moving, it's all good. The thing about rejection is that most of us think it's personal, but the
Yeah. Women, this is what guys go through when they ask women out on a date. And you just got to be like what he's saying. You're just like, cool, whatever. We'll just move on. Shit's real.
reality is, it's not personal. No one knows you. They don't know who I am. They're just making a judgment, and they're basing it off that. So if we can get past that,
and we're good.
All right, so part number 2, I'm going to take one of my extroverted friends, which is Joe. Joe supposedly claims that he's not afraid of anything.
I am not afraid.
And we're gonna walk him through how to start random conversations with random strangers.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah, I was taking you to the most busy street in Montreal.
Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you a quick question? What's your best piece of life advice?
Know when to say no.
I'm not in a good place to give advice either.
Can I issue a challenge to you?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I get you to walk up to a stranger
For
and
sure.
ask them if you can give them the hug?
Yeah, okay, go for it. I love this. Hi, I'm so sorry. I have a question for both of you. Sure. It might seem a bit odd, but can I get a hug?
No problem.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but that's easy because she's a woman. She's of course gonna be easier getting a hug. That's like easy mode. Come on. Because women are like unimposing and stuff. But if that was a guy, it's going to be a little harder. Although you're still going to get a hug. It's a little more challenging. Should have asked something different. I don't know what I can't think of something right now. But something that'll be harder for a woman to do than a man. Okay, maybe I'll think of something in the video.
Yay.
Ooh, he's going full on.
No problem.
Okay, better question. Can I also get a hug?
Sure.
Yeah. That's it, bro. Just out of curiosity, why'd you say yes so fast?
Is that your vlog?
Cause she's a chick, yo. Cause she a chick and she cute.
I am vlogging.
Yeah, why not give love to people? You should always say yes more often. You'll have more stories.
2 future motivational speakers right here. Sir, we just want to say you're doing a great job. You're awesome. Really.
you very much.
We needed someone intelligent as part of the organization, so.
You'd be the only person in my family who will come.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Have a good one.
That was the GM of the Habs. That was Kent Hughes. That was the GM of the Habs. Okay, last step in the progression of trying to talk to strangers is we're gonna go out with a little bit of an extreme challenge and walk up to different restaurants and ask them if we can get a free item.
Hey, how are you? I'm good. We're doing a social experiment for YouTube.
So for the last part of the video, we're going out to different restaurants and asking if we can get one free item.
بنشوف إذا العالم يعطونا شيء.
C'est juste un projet qu'on fait. Est-ce qu'on peut prendre quelque chose de gratuit?
We got the no at Starbucks.
2 scoops?
Free garlic potatoes from Amir.
We just got a free drink and a free cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Success!
Success.
So we went to ask at 5 places and we got 4 yeses and 1 no. So we got a black coffee from Java U, a cheeseburger from McDonald's, 2 full scoops of protein powder from Liquid Nutrition, some garlic roasted potatoes from Amir. If you know Montreal, you know that Lebanese garlic potatoes. These are like the bomb. And then last but not least, we got 6 mini donuts from Mr. Puffs. We got all of this for absolutely no cost, just because we asked. Now,
I'm like just shocked right now. You like fed yourself just by asking. Oh my god. That's awesome. Starbucks sucks, didn't give nothing. Jesus, the most expensive place didn't even give him like a black coffee like he got from another place. So ridiculous.
funny enough, learning how to talk to strangers is about everything except for learning how to talk to strangers. It's about rebuilding one of the most essential human traits that the human race has lost in the last 15 years. And after high school, I started figuring out more and more what I wanted to do in life, and I realized that if I wanted to have a big brand and be on social media, then there's no way that I could do that and still be introverted and achieve the same success that I have planned for myself in my head. And I know for a lot of you watching, it's the same thing. Even if you don't necessarily want to be on social media and running a brand like me, just being able to talk to more people and open up more doors is probably going to get you to where you want to be in life.
This is so true. It is just like, it doesn't matter if you want to be on a social media or YouTube or whatever. It has nothing to do with that. It's like just being out in the world. Like, I go to the dog park a lot. I have 2 dogs, and it's amazing how people, even older people, don't talk. Some people talk, but they're just, people look so unhappy and they're just like in their own world. And then there's, like we talked about earlier, people on their phones and they just walk around. It's just, it's like everybody, it's like so many people forgot how to be human. And in a way, it's like if the zombie apocalypse came, well, okay, that kills a lot of humans. But if some sort of disaster came and we didn't have electricity and stuff anymore, Well, then I guess we'd have a bunch of gangs. Okay, I'm just trying to say if somehow the phones didn't work anymore and we couldn't use phones and we had to revert back to communicating again in a way, I think, verbally, in-person communication again, I think that would be so helpful. You guys know what I'm saying. I don't know if I said that right.
It comes back to you. If you're comfortable with you and you know yourself, you go up and ask. Either they're going to say, leave me alone or nothing. That's the bottom line. You have to try in life.
Pretend that you're abroad. No one knows you. Just asking for some little things. What do you like about city? Like what's where to eat and everything.
Okay.
Just like not thinking too far. Just like, hey, I just wanted to talk to someone today. Just asking how they're doing and stuff.
I did just fill gags for 5 years. So I know how to go up to strangers. I did this for 5 years. Before I used to be shy when I was younger. When I would prank people, I'm like, okay, what's the worst that could happen?
Just for Laughs it's like a Canadian, well, I guess it's a troupe, but basically they do all these pranks and stuff and like skits. They always seem like they were in Montreal. I'm guessing they were always in Montreal, but I used to see them on TV all the time. And they're actually pretty funny. Generally there was like no spoken words. It would be all like sort of like mimed, and then there'd be like a laugh track. But quite funny, quite funny.
The worst thing, for example, right now is that they don't want to hug me. We can't be afraid of rejection. It's important and it's part of life.
So yeah, you just gotta ask. Very good. That is how not to walk up to a stranger.
Cool video, guys. I really like that. That was really good. I thought that was very useful. I think useful for all of us. Even, I'm just trying to think, like, even if you're at the gym, you could go up and ask somebody, but you could ask them, like, hey, how do you use this machine properly? Or, some sort of question like with exercise, and make a friend, make a connection that way. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed some of my stories and commentary. I am a commentator doing commentary, and you like and subscribe, and hopefully you learned something from this video, because I think it reinforced some things for me, and I also learned some different ways of approaching people as well, which I thought was interesting. So